Hello. So today I want to talk about a really fun card game that is for two players only, and that is Tether. And this game will break your brain in the best way possible. It is so weird to wrap your mind around at first, but it's really fun. And when you do, I have a great time with it. But when I have taught it at first, everyone is just like, huh? So let me explain. In this game, you are trying to get all of these cards, or many of them, into groups. They all have a number on them, and one player will be playing vertically and one will be playing horizontally. So that is where things get really tricky. You will start with 5 cards in your hand, and then there's going to be 3 cards over here that both players can pull from. And as you can see, this card is both a 65 and a 56. So that's already a little bit tricky. So I'm going to look at my hand and I'm going to look at the cards that are over here and see if there's anything that I can do with any of these. And I can look at them both ways because both sets of numbers are equally acceptable to use. And I should have made sure I had a move when I dealt this out so that I could show you one. So we're just going to pretend like I do. So let's say I am the horizontal player. So I could place out this 42, which to me is going to look like 42. And to the vertical player, it's going to look like 24. And then I could place a 43. And if there were any cards over here in the adrift that I wanted to play from, I could. If there were already existing cards out on the table that connected here, I could do that. Right now I can't play anything else, so because I'm under the hand limit of 6, I draw a card and my turn ends. Then the vertical player is going to go, and now they are going to try and connect to either the 34 or the 24. So let's look and find them a move. Again, it's very weird to look at it because from my perspective, their moves don't make sense to me because it's 34-24, but those are not my cards. So right here, they have 43, so they could play 44-43. That works for them vertically. And horizontally here for me. It just happens to be that this would also work for me here. Doubles are weird because they kind of work both ways. So what you're doing is you're creating these sets, and you can start a new set at any time. You don't have to play on the existing set. You can only play on one set per turn, but you can play on choose any of the sets that are out there. Once a set reaches 6 cards, so I'm just going to put some cards on here that are not actually going to work numbers wise, but let's pretend that we now had 6 cards that looked like this. We're now going to score this set. Sets will score at 6 cards, 10 cards, and 14 cards. How do they score? So if I am the horizontal player, we are going to pretend there is a box around this set, and I am going to score for how wide the box is. So I would score 4 points. And you get a cute little one of these, what are they, a dial, and the vertical player would score 3 points. And now we can continue to add on to this. Let's say you went from, in one move, you had 5 cards here and you added 5 on. You would skip the scoring at 6 and just go straight to the scoring at 10. And sometimes these groups are messy looking, like they're not always super, nice and precise, but they're still out there. So you score them however it would by the total width and the total length. So how does the game end? The most common way is one group gets to 14 cards. When it gets to 14 cards, you score it and the game ends. The game can also end if one player is ever ahead by 6 points. It's a bit of a mercy rule because at that point you're not catching up. Or if you play through all of the deck, everybody will get one final turn. I have never played through all of the deck without hitting 14 points. I feel like you'd have to actively try to do that and intentionally not connect things. I could be wrong, but in my experience, I've never gotten to that point. So like I said, this is one of those games that's kind of hard to describe. You almost have to play around to really understand it. The artwork is cute and quirky. For some reason, it really reminds me like the old Lily Tomlin version of Magic School Bus. If those characters all became adults and were set adrift as astronauts, that's what they look like to me. It's really fun. It is a table hog, so it's not a great game to take to like a restaurant with you or a pub or something like that, but it is a lot of fun. It really makes you think. All you're doing is looking vertically and horizontally, but it will really break your brain in a fun way. So that's Tether. I enjoy it. What do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.